Hey, my beautiful angel, it's Josie Grouse. Welcome to Soul Awakening channel. Today we are talking about psychic tools, and I wanted to share with you four my favorite, absolute best psychic tools for you to develop psychic abilities, magical abilities. These tools are ancient and they work and they will work in thousands and thousands of years to come. So let's dive right in. As a psychic, as a professional, I use tools every single day in a variety. Sometimes I use cards, sometimes I use pendulums, sometimes I use everything. It all depends. It all depends on the situation, the intuitive knowing where I need to go to look for answers. But the key I want you to understand about psychic tools, on some level, on the very first level, psychic tools are ways to deal with uncertainty, right? To tell the future, to look into the future, to get some answers. Maybe it's about your love life. You want to get some certainty. You want to receive answers. On another dimension, all of these psychic tools become a very useful way to look within. It's a self-search. It's a self-inquiry. It's self-knowing. Who are you? Who am I? So we use these tools to learn more about ourselves. Now, what's visible just on the surface? Imagine an iceberg, right? There is some information, something visible to us, but there's so much more that we simply cannot see, that we simply cannot understand. So these tools allow us to go deep and ask ourselves through layers of conditioning, everything the world wants you to believe. This information sits at the surface, sometimes in a very, very dense layer. To go deep within, it takes persistence, it takes consciousness, it takes desire to learn. It takes truly a magical thinking. And if you learn to use these tools, you will always follow, or most of the time, you will follow your own path. You will follow your own authentic path. There's no information, no social media, nothing from the outside will impose different thinking upon you. And when you learn to use these tools, the magic of who you are just becomes so alive because you trust yourself and you know yourself. Knowledge is your true power. So using these tools one way or another, just a way for you to explore and to know yourself. All right, so let's dive right in. The first tool that I use every single day, I travel with this tool. It's always somewhere in my bag, and I have an emotional connection with this particular pendulum because of the way that I received this gift. So I have some kind of, like emotional connection. I love it and it loves me. So we communicate, we chat, and I ask this pendulum all kinds of questions. Some of these questions are very like day-to-day questions. Should I, take bus number 2 or should I take a train? Okay, so this just everyday questions. Deeper consciousness when we go into, should I make this choice or should I make that choice? So 2 different choices. That's again one of the ways that these tools begin to work for you. You begin to trust subtle movements, subtle energies. This guidance elevates to the level of truth. And truth is your absolute, the vibration of harmony within you. When truth resonates on external level, right? 2 plus 2 is 4. You know, this is a truth. It doesn't cause any inner conflict. It doesn't make you worry or become fearful. It's it's nothing. It's neutral. It doesn't cause any emotions. The truth is the truth. So everything in you resonates with truth. Truth set by your soul structure, set by your physical body, and the world around you resonates with certain level of truth. So we use these tools to get to the truth. And when you get to the truth, you receive confirmation. You receive some kind of feedback from the other side, from external world, that your internal world and truth are one of the same. So think of muscle testing, very popular thing to do in kinesiology these days. People in sports use it. People in business use the muscle testing just to know, just to validate something of truth, truthfulness. So the psychic tools allow you to get to that truth in a mystical way, in some kind of non-traditional way. And because these tools have been used since the beginning of human inquiry, like the first time a human being started to ask questions like, why there are so many stars in the sky? Why there are thunderstorms and floods? Why am I even here? Why do people die? So these deeper questions open the door to mystical, the unknown, that hidden part of the iceberg of human consciousness, of human experience, allows us to go deep and to explore what's something that we cannot see. So now we begin to use them consistently, entering this realm of the mystical and knowing the deepest aspects of ourselves. But you can go as deep as your past lives. You can go as deep as you want with this method, with all of these methods, because they are eternal. They will last forever as long as human psyche is developing. These tools are the way for us to tap into our own superconscious, unconscious, and superconscious. So pendulums allow you through these subtle movements of energy to get to truth, to feel the truth, to know where the truth resonates and where it doesn't resonate. Of course, you can use it to tell the future. You can use it for every single little thing. For example, should I try, organic bananas or regular bananas, and then see which type of banana is really healthier for you? Your body knows the truth, and these tools are going to tell you by movements. I've done specific videos, by the way, to explain to you how to use them. In this video, I will overview them, just putting them together for you. And you can find so many instructions on how to use, for example, how to use a pendulum, how to use all these other tools. So the methods of dowsing have been most interesting for me personally, because I have discovered so many things by myself, just by asking questions, tuning in, getting my body in a certain state, feeling grounded, feeling connected with the earth, connecting with the cosmic energy, and using all these instruments to ask any question. For example, angels, right? Which angel is the most powerful today, the energy that will help people today? So I started to use these tools specifically to get some of that mystical information that you can't just think with your logical mind. You begin to ask and ask and ask until you get to some very deep, interesting, mystical dimensions of consciousness and get magical answers. So pendulum, it's a very simple tool. Very, very simple tool. You can use it on advanced level. You can use it to heal yourself. You can use it to release negative energy, to stop overthinking. You can use it as your lucky charm as you walk into like a job interview and you want to send out beautiful energy, or you want to have like more confidence in you, these are also tools that will work for you. So I view as a mystic, someone who is interested in mysticism, someone who has studied mysticism for many, many lifetimes. So in this lifetime, I'm just remembering, I'm picking up all of these tools, and I know how to use them. And the more I use them, the more I realize like there's no end. There is no like final page in this manual. It never ends. The more you think you know, another dimension opens for you. So it's a self development for your soul. It's a path of growth that is so deeply fulfilling, okay? Which is not just for your logic. The second one, so dosing. Dosing is this exact way, using external tools to read the energy, to have some internal connection with the truth that exists in the world around you. So the rods also very, very useful and very, very powerful. Not many people use them these days because for many different reasons. They used to be like handy items, right? For those people looking for water. If you have, if you live in somewhere in a rural area, for example, you could use these rods to locate the best, most harmonious places to live, to build a house, to find water, to have some kind of energetic vortex, to build a church, to create something interesting. And again, in the same way, the rods, the dowsing rods, they also respond to the element of truth. So which means that if you're energetically, in your thoughts, in the way that you position yourself, you can simply just allow yourself to be still and then see what happens with your rods, because something is going to happen. They will begin to move. See, I'm not doing anything. They're already going wild. If you work with spirit energy, you can ask a trustworthy source for any question. You can have a yes or no questions asked for anything you want about your future, about your past, about your relationship, about finances, anything you need to know, you will receive answers. So, and as I said, as I'm talking, these rods just really speak with me. Everything I say, they say also. Okay, because my body is speaking with words, and also my energy is being expressed right this moment. So these rods are just doing their own business as to support the words that I'm communicating to you. So you can begin to use them for fun. They aren't very expensive. These are copper ones. They're L-shaped rods. They're free moving. And every now and then you can stay still, maybe do a meditation to calm your mind, to calm your body and relax. And simply work with your own energy. See, where's my aura? Show me my aura. How does my aura feel? And you'll see if your rods begin to move, that you can just do this. It means that maybe there's something going on the level of your subtle bodies. Too much energy. So if you feel like a lot of easy moving, it means that it's a harmonious flow. Your aura is in harmony with the information that you are receiving. So there's no resistance. There is no kind of flow coming at you, all right? So there's no pressure and easy peasy. So you can use it to ask questions again when you begin to work with specific spirit energies, angels, guides, right? You begin to use them as feedback, because rods can always show you the real picture. They can show you who is in front of you. If this energy or whoever you're communicating with, if this energy has a positive impact on you, or someone you may not want to talk to or communicate with. So try them and then let me know how they work for you. Next, we are moving on. The next really important for me as a psychic, the tool of symbolism. Nothing compares to oracle cards, in my opinion. Now, there are levels, there are layers to reading cards, tarot cards, oracle cards, because you don't work with them. We think that, okay, I can just buy a set of cards and cards will, I'll just use them every once in a while. What I've learned, it's the other way around. You don't choose, they choose you. If you are the right person with the right consciousness, knocking on the door of these mystical tools, and you want to play and you want to try, you really want to see what is going to happen, know that using tarot cards, oracle cards, may not just be all benign, because you enter the domain of the unknown. Many times when we enter the domain of the unknown, we have some intentions. We have things that we want. You may ask, well, I just want to get information about someone, right? A boyfriend, a girlfriend. I just want to get into another person's mind to know what they're thinking about me. That could be an intention. You may want to know, like, which path should I take? And you asking cards to give you some kind of psychic message, to show you a way. But you also have to understand that once you get into the mystical realm, things aren't to your liking. There are laws, there are principles, there are specific things and guardians of that domain. And if you look at the tarot cards, you'll see that some of these archetypes and images aren't butterflies and roses, right? There's like a death card, or there's a tower card, a devil card. So these are all energies that exist in the field of possibilities when you enter the mysticism, when you enter the symbolism, when you enter the domain of the unknown. So that's why many people aren't sure about tarot. Many people aren't comfortable using tarot. And if you have like Doreen Virtue's cards, Doreen Virtue, a beautiful human who created lots of angel cards, spreading angel messages. However, this is just my opinion, by the way. You may agree or disagree with me, but this is why I've asked angels about it many, many times. So these are the themes, the archetypes that exist in our human psyche. You cannot just say that the dark side must just take a back seat. Okay, I don't want to experience all these negative, evil archetypes. I just want all the good things. I want the lover's card. I want the magician's card. I want the sun card. I want to have this extraordinary, beautiful, awesome life. So everything works for me, that I am in control. That's not how it works. Once you enter the domain, you have to understand that balance is the name of the game. Equilibrium is the name of the mystical law. So there is an equal amount of everything, the good and the bad. They're just, in our understanding, what we perceive as such, they always go together. You cannot just take a package and throw in the garbage all the negative things. No, they always go together. As a matter of fact, if your inquiry about specific, maybe negative experiences will help you to attract a lot of positive things. So, but that's again something that you study, something that you learn, something that you work with every day, just taking these cards and asking them to teach you something, asking them, I want to learn, I'm ready to learn. And when you enter with this consciousness, tarot is going to help you in so many ways. In so many ways. It's a true magical thinking. Tarot has, physical component, which is me holding a cards just with my hands, with my physical body. I touch them, I hold them, I look at them, I engage all my, my senses. That's one level. The second level that these cards work for you is intellectual. Let's say I take this card, 10 of coins, and I will find a manual. I will find some kind of a guidebook. I will look up the meaning. Okay, 10 of coins. That means, okay, oh, I see. I can read out the description. I won't understand it, on the level of emotion or psychically, but I will intellectually understand by reading the meaning. Oh, that's what it means. Okay, something to do, with well-being and level of family and finances. So that's the next dimension. And many people are here, these two levels, and that's fine. But of course, tarot is going to call you. Are you interested to learn more? And the next level is emotional level. Now, the tarot is going to call you emotionally and trigger something emotional in you. When you look at this picture, now you see there's some emotional response to looking at these images, at these pictures. I don't know why, but I feel maybe that's something to do. There's an old man here. Maybe it's my grandfather. And you begin to engage emotionally. And you think about your own grandfather and how things were, with your grandfather. All these feelings and emotional connections to people and circumstances awakens in you. So that's the next level. Not many people get to that level. You have to be cold mystically to study this. And then the final level, the level of mystic. Tarot can work on the level of mysticism. And that's for very few people who can get to this level. You can try, but for this, you have to show some kind of commitment and dedication, some past life agreements. You've been on this path for a long time. You know why you're doing it. You aren't shying away from the consequences. There are always consequences. There are always price to pay. You get to the mystical domain. You have to understand the laws of that domain. That's where archetypes, symbolism, eternal themes of life, they begin to be opened for you. And you have that power. You have the power to understand the matrix, how this life works. And you can modify that reality. You can change it. You can use it for any power that you have, that you want to engage with. So, and I have the High Priestess here. So that's where another really great way for you to know who you are is to study things like tarot. If you want, if you're ready. Now, the final tool, and by the way, oracle cards as well. Like oracle cards, angel cards, they also have the mystical connection. And you may have your own like oracle cards. These are all portals into a level of connection or guidance or consciousness where you can easily access the unknown. You can go for guidance. You can go for clarity. You can go for healing. You can be as open and safe doing this work as you want, as you can. But always remember, using these tools require you to understand certain laws. For example, a true, let's say those people who really understand these laws, they will never, for example, they will never use these cards to do any harm on anyone intentionally, because that's not how they think. There are no drive related to like the ego need to for revenge or for statement. They don't have the need for that. They don't think that way. They don't heal anybody. Those people who use these tools just specifically to connect with these mystical dimensions, because for them they understand that healing for some people could be very deadly. If I, as a healer, somebody comes to me and they ask me, Josie, you need to heal me. Please heal me. And if I look from this mystical dimension, if I can see their story, the purpose of the illness and what they need to go through, I understand that it's never ever my role to clear this particular situation, because I will steal the gift that all this lifetime has led that person to experience, to feel, to know. So that's the that happens on the level of consciousness where you develop that understanding. And I promise you, the way you develop is by using these tools, is by consistently showing up and asking questions. And the more you use them, the more you know. And briefly, I'll mention the last one. Is the runes. Okay, the runes. Out of all four, the most powerful experience that I've had with runes. Okay, and maybe I'll do a separate video specifically on runes. Not for fortune telling, although it's definitely something that is used to do fortune telling, to do mystical rituals, occult rituals. For me, this is a pathway to open the key. There are the keys to open the hidden layers of the consciousness, of things about yourself that you want to explore, that you want to know, these dimensions that can only be open through centuries and centuries of people collectively using these tools, creating things with these tools, going to the source of these tools, exploring the nature of each of these tools. They help you to change or heal or kind of uplift, fix certain elements within yourself, because each rune has a story, has a part in yourself. There is a part of you that has lived that rune, lived that story, lived that experience. So if you want to truly change everything about you, study runes and use runes simply as a way to know thyself, to know who you are. Just doing, let's say, a rune per week. So there are 24 of them. So you can have every week you have a new rune to tap into, to discover, to study, to live through, and you'll see how the events of your life just change. Things change, and you feel like you have tapped into something absolutely magical. So if you want, you can go through this journey. And even though there are many of you listening, it's unlikely that you will take that path, because again, with all these mystical things, you don't choose them. You don't choose them. They choose you. Tarot chooses you. Runes choose you. I get a lot of questions sometimes, Josie, that, I'm just beginning to learn all of these tools. And I had an experience with tarot when I was like in my 20s, but now I'm in my 50s. And I don't know, like if I need all these tools and so on. I assure you, if a tool or some kind of energy is calling you and you feel the deeper call within yourself, absolutely go ahead and explore it. See what this is about, where it's going to take you. You're here to learn about yourself. Many things that you know, they aren't even your own thinking. It's an imposed thinking by just starting with your parents and those people who raised your parents, their ideas, their thoughts, their emotions, they're collectively influencing you for your entire life. And you can have so beautiful life, such a beautiful life. You can have everything you truly wanted and feel like deep dissatisfaction because you will say, that's not even my dream. Like that's someone else's dreams. I'm supposed to get married, go to university, have a 9 to 5 job, and I have all of that. What is going on? Why am I not happy? I feel like I never lived. I feel I never lived for myself. I never lived my own life. I always fulfilled someone else's dream, someone else's intentions. So these tools are the ways for you to learn yourself. No one else will tell you who you are. No one else. You can get a glimpse from astrology. You can get a glimpse from numerology. You can get so many other ways for you to know, to have an idea of why you're here on planet Earth. What is your karmic path? What is your desire? But if you want to go consistently deeper and deeper and then know yourself, know who you are, that's where all these tools are going to help you. I hope this was of service. All right. I hope this is helpful to you. Let me know in the comments below. What is your favorite tool, by the way? If you have your own tool, let me know. These are 4 things that I use consistently all the time, and I love them. So let me know. I love you. YouTubers, please subscribe to this channel, share these videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.